So I told my wife that I had a bit of a thing for Beyonce, and she said, "Whatever floats your boat." And I said, "No, that's buoyancy."
Oh my word!
Yeah. Yeah. Chris Eubanks, I hear, for Christmas is writing a book. It's all about ethics. And if that doesn't work out, he's going to write one about Kent.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I got a question for you guys.
Go on.
What's the difference between Iron Man and Aluminium Man?
Go on.
Well, Iron Man catches crooks, but Aluminium Man just foils their plans.
Oh, fucking hell, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fucking hell.
I'll be here all week.
It's fucking Christmas, dude. Pull it. Yep. No. A Chinese restaurant's been hit with £10,000 electricity bill. They can't turn off all the lights, but they do dim sum. There you go.
Fucking hell. I'll tell you what, you're going to get the makers of fucking Jokes in Crackers coming after us.
Offering you a job.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
You've nicked all our best ones.
Yeah. Anyway, and to finally finish it, because I've got to skip past this one pretty quickly if it doesn't go down. It doesn't work well. Okay, here we go. Going in, Ginger. My granddad went down in history. He also fingered the girl in geography. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the Black Dog episode.
Fire.
Welcome to the Black
You're
Dog.
supposed to leave a little gap so you can edit that one out.
No, I'm out. No, just drop it and run. Anyway.
Was he your granddad? Was he on Santa's other list? You know, he's got the naughty, the nice, the naughty, and the special list.
No, I think he was younger at the time. If you want to explain the gag, I think we can.
Yeah.
I
fucking hope he was, because that's a whole conversation.
No. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the Black Dog episode 201. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
And I'm back.
Hey, hello back. How are you?
Yeah, good. I was just keeping up appearances from the last 200 that I missed out on. When
very true.
He was introduced, like, oh yes, he'll be here for the 200, and then I wasn't there.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
There we go.
Yeah, history. It works. It's circular. Yeah. Anyway, so here we all are. Last episode of the year. Yes, we will, as ever, see how everyone's week's been, and then we will get some feedback and any questions, as you know, as ever, we are asking for trouble, and then finally we'll move on to the last review of the year, which is my pick, which was Violent Night, aka Santa Does Die Hard. So we will get to that soon enough. I nearly said shortly enough, but I don't know who I'm trying to convince with that at this point. No one's fooled by that anymore. Yeah. Do you remember the days when we used to do a podcast in 50 minutes, Dal? I remember those days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not having them three
times.
times.
Anybody's still listening after 45 minutes?
Yes,
we used to say.
That's right. Nowadays, I just think we have our podcast isn't done right unless we've actually doubled the length of the movie we're reviewing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Indeed.
Right. So let's get going. As ever, let's see how everyone's week's been to start with, and we'll start with you, Jim. How's your door, sir?
It's fitted and done.
Fitted and done. You have a door. Nice.
We have a brand new front door. He turned up bang on 9 o'clock as arranged yesterday, and was done by 2:30.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Right.
All works lovely. Looks lovely. No more drafts. No more noise. I am a happy man. It got sorted before Christmas, which, frankly, with my previous experience of tradesman, I'd had my doubts. But
fair. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, it's all done.
Yeah, and a happy dog now, no longer barking at every single solitary noise.
No. She's back to her more usual habits. So she I mean, normally we're up at 7:15, so this morning she was like, she heard someone out there at 7:00, so that order has been restored to the universe.
Nice. Balance has been restored to the force.
Yeah, so that was good.
Nice. What else has been happening in your week, sir?
Not too much. Been mainly pretty busy just getting ready for Christmas and finishing like 500 podcasts I inflicted on myself to do.
Yeah.
And there's also that kind of thing of I always have good intention of starting my Christmas shopping early, but I have a lot of family to buy for, and although it's the question of what do you want for Christmas mooted in November. Inevitably, there's always a couple of fuckers who don't put their list up till about mid-December, and then it's a mad scrabble and have you got this? Have I got this? Who's got this? But so this week just been like a torrent of Amazon parcels coming in and out. They're all now piled up, ready for me to start wrapping, and which that's fine. They're all square. I've learnt my lesson. Don't buy odd-shaped presents.
Yeah.
Those Quality Street hexagonal boxes. No, you're not getting one. They're a fucker to wrap. The end. It's clear and easy to do on nothing.
Man.
You're all getting a bloody great big whisper. That's it. It's a big long square. You're getting a Toblerone. That's it.
That is your lot.
What's the most difficult box? What's the most difficult box anybody's had to wrap?
Oh,
is this a trick question?
No, I can tell you mine.
Go on.
Mine was coffin shaped.
Oh,
right, because I bought someone when it came out. I bought someone the special edition box set of Bram Stoker's Dracula. With Keanu Reeves in it and stuff like that.
Oh,
it came in a coffin.
Yep.
So not a full size one.
Right.
Not made of wood. Cardboard.
Right.
But yeah, so that was the most difficult. The most difficult thing I think I've had to wrap just because of the angles and stuff like that. So I know what you mean, Jim.
Okay. Elton, do you have a difficult thing to wrap?
I could never do Informer by Snow.
Yeah, all that talk of licking your bum now.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Oh bugger! I was desperately trying to find Zip Zap Rap and say no to drugs, but damn, you beat me to it. Never mind. I won't bother downloading that. Oh well, yeah. Anyway, Jim, go on, carry on, mate. So you've now sort of given Amazon your entire worldly wealth.
Pretty much. So
Nice.
now I just remember who I've bought for what.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the fun game. Who did I buy this for?
Nice.
Damn it. But so yeah, other than that, I'm just now fully into the feet up, getting ready for Christmas. I have red wine open.
Nice.
I might not do anything else until mid-January after this.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds fair and reasonable to me. And I'm currently dodging like fuck, because everywhere that sells sort of interesting musical and electronic gear that I have a hankering for is doing a sale because it's Christmas.
Yay.
And boy, smart marketing, does that hurt.
Oof. Well, I can imagine.
Yeah. Look at this little box here that makes funny noises, like a little modular synth you can put in your pocket.
You want to buy the little
it's about
squonk
half price. You could buy both, and I don't need any more. I'm not doing it. Take it away.
Please.
I don't care. It's a big saving. Stop it.
Jim, you want to buy the squonk box?
Yeah. Terrible.
Oh dear.
The older you get, the more you get a sucker for that value for money thing.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
And it's kind of no, don't fall for this. There'll be another sale, probably by, if not the end of January, by Easter, where you have the same price reduction again. Just don't fall for it, folks.
But then your mind says, but what if there isn't? What if it doesn't come back? What if this is it?
Yeah.
We'll never get this deal again.
Well, in the world of electronica, there is a real threat of the companies disappearing or just stopping making them.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. So
No pressure then.
Yeah, no. So the thing is, among musicians, called GAS, which is called Gear Acquisition Syndrome.
Oh god.
Which is kind of, once you go down this path, you just kind of think, I can do pretty good what I've got, but if I had this,
I've had that before. yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, don't fall into it.
Don't do it.
More than enough tech as it is. I don't need any more.
Yeah.
But
You
maybe
say that, but
maybe
you
something
might.
small.
Yeah. You never know,
That's the trouble,
Jim.
though. They know this because there's tons of like little weird boxes that do weird things. Because
yeah.
they know full well people have got limited space. They can't afford like giant keyboards and have endless racks of keyboards, piling over you. So you're like going to be entombed like Rick Wakeman. So everyone, even the big men, doing these little boxes that are kind of, about the size of a ladybird book, and sort of everything's shrink down and small and pocket size and portable. It's going to get thee behind me, Satan. I can buy a lot of these and they don't take up much room. And you can hide them from your missus and spouse who will kill you for spending more money on gear you don't need.
Yeah.
They know their market well. They're very evil.
Oh yeah. There's nothing better than illicitly hiding it away, going, I got away with it, until the bank statement turns up.
Yeah, you got away with nothing. You never do.
No.
You never do.
No. God bless you. You try. But
That's why you buy a burner card. Yeah.
Wow. There's the voice. There's the voice of experience.
Exactly. Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Mm.
Is it Revo card? You could buy one of them.
A Revo card.
Revo card, yeah. Revolut.
Oh my god.
There you go.
But that's still got to have money in it, surely. That's got to have money from somewhere.
Just say I'm doing savings. That's one. Just put it
Doing savings.
on the side. Yeah.
Doing savings.
Doing savings.
Doing savings.
Is that a proper financial world term?
Yeah, it is. Doing savings.
Oh, yeah.
According to my financial ombudsman, I must be doing savings.
Mm-hmm.
By Gradfile's hammer, what are savings?
Yep. What are savings? I've been doing savings in it.
I've been doing the savings, and then what happens when your good lady her indoors turns around and says, "You know all that money you've been savings up?
Yep.
Maybe we could spend it on holiday."
Oh, sorry, but you didn't hear, did you? Revolut went tits up and all the money's gone. Sorry about that. It's just.
Oh right. So then,
or you could just say, I've invested it in the music business. There you go, Jim. That's what you can say, right? You've invested it in the music business.
Better investing in crypto.
You're not lying.
No, I'm getting the distinct impression that this is all going to end badly.
Yep.
Regardless of which way you try, it's still going to end badly.
Yeah, you trying to pay for a holiday with Xbox CDs ain't going to work, is it?
No.
I've helped out, at least one famous person with their financial things, Jimmy Carr.
OnlyFans doesn't count.
I genuinely don't think you're going to get away with that, Dal. But especially no, definitely not. You know why? Because Ree listens to this.
No, she doesn't. Honestly, she don't.
Oh well, there you go.
I'll be listening to this one.
She will, yeah. For a small fee, a small fee, I will not send this to her.
Right, okay.
You can be doing the savings into the Medcalf into the Medcalf needs money fund.
Is that what am I invested in? What can I put it down as though? I've got to explain this away. What do I say to her? I mean, of course, buying musical instruments is I'm invested in the music industry.
You're funding the creative arts.
Oh right, okay. Creative arts.
Yeah, because I want to buy a new iPad because the battery's running out on this one.
Right, okay.
See, done. Job's a good one.
You don't want like a new Tony Hart paint set or anything like that, no?
No. Tony Hart's dead. His problems are over.
Yours are just beginning. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Anything else, Jim?
No, I've probably caused enough trouble for now. I will shut up.
Lovely. Okay, fair enough. So over to the Wanderer. He's returned. And what's been going on with your fortnight, sir?
So many emotions. So
many.
much time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure to be back. I have two serious things that I'm going to start off with. So let's be
Mhm.
serious for the first two things.
Oh, okay, serious. I will also say it is still Be Nice to Elton month, so yes, we will definitely be serious.
Yeah. Be Nice to Elton month also turned out to be annual holiday as well. So that works really well.
Nice.
It-
Okay. So
Mm.
I had a gig. I don't know if you can cast your mind back to about July. I booked
Yes.
up a gig to
Mm.
go in December.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, trains. Fuck you, trains.
Storm
Fuck you right in
Barrow,
the
wasn't it?
ear.
Yeah.
Now there was some sort of blip. So okay, I let's lay this out. I'm not very good at stuff. Whether it be going on holiday, whether it be going to gigs, whether it be even meeting up with people, I get jittery. I'm very flaky. I normally go through with it anyway, so that's cool.
Mm.
But I still have that wobble, and I always will have that wobble. And it's nothing that I can seriously do anything about. I'm afraid it's just one of them things. I will always have that wobble.
Yeah.
And I had this wobble going, wanting to go to the gig. It's not that I don't want to be at the gig. It's
Yeah.
just the fact of going to it. Once I'm there, I'm absolutely fine.
Right.
And I had someone send me a picture of one of these Onion news things of man at gig still wishes he was at home, but really enjoyed himself.
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
okay, yeah, cool. That's exactly how I feel. So I was meant to go down by train at, I think, drop all my stuff off at my mum's, go out to the gig, come back to my mum's, stay over, get the train back, because we had like a family thing created for that weekend, so I had to. Can't use the van or anything like that because, you know, stuff and politics and arseholes. And didn't have the car because Amanda was using it for work. So I was like, okay, right, I'm going to get the train. And the night before, I'm prepping. Okay, what do I need to do? What trains do I need to get? What time do I need to go there? And okay, fine. And I go outside, walk the dog, and I think, right, okay, where do I get the bus from? And I'm like, okay, look for the bus stops because I've never got on a bus around here. I know where they are roughly, but I don't know what side of the road to get.
No.
One side goes one way, the other one goes the other way, and I'm like, I don't know what side of the road I need to do. So I went up to one of them.
Okay.
And there's roadworks down that road. I'm like, for fuck's sake, get up to the bus stop. This bus stop is not being used at the moment. Please use the temporary bus stop. This is the start of everything, isn't it?
Yeah. Here we go.
Hell.
Yeah.
Do I need to start up the Lord of the Rings music?
No, please don't. No.
Okay, right, fair enough.
But I found the temporary bus stop about half a mile down the road. I was like, okay, fine, but there's no signs on it. So I'm like, I'm kind of screwed here. So I'm like, for fuck's sake, what? Why today? There was no roadworks the day before, and now they're here. Of course, why wouldn't there be roadworks on the bus stop that I need to use? Of course, I'm silly to think that they didn't have roadworks there.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I need to. It's a slight obstacle for me. So that's fine. Need to prep my head again. So we're getting in the zone. So I'm like, okay, fine. This is cool. I asked Kimmy, what side of the road do I need to do? She's like, go to the far side and that will take you there. I'm like, brilliant. Thank you very much. I'm rubbish at this. Sorry, I have to ask my daughter about getting on buses. So that's all sorted. And then I'll wake up on the morning of the gig on the Friday the 5th, I think it was, or 6th, I think it was. And there's a massive blip in the train thing on that Friday morning, which sends southeastern trains haywire. There's lots of problems and lots of I don't know how big the problem was, but there was a big outage somewhere and they couldn't communicate with each other. And then my head's going, oh, fuck. Oh, God, this ain't going to work. And I look at train times to get down there and it's just havoc because I have to go down to Liverpool Street Station, go back to Falconwood and then back out to the gig. And that ain't happening that night. So I'm like, okay, change of plan again. This is what I don't like. So
Right.
now
Yeah.
I'm in a different bubble of direct train, straight to Liverpool Street Station, go to the gig, come back, and that should be good. Right, okay, I can get my head around that. Look at all the times. The band are on at 9, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think I needed to leave by about 9:45 to get the last tube, to get the last train back.
Ugh. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the fucking point?
Yeah. At that point, you might as well be buying a bloody hotel room and just staying up there, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was just too much, and I was like, no, can't do this, and it was soul destroying because I haven't been waiting 18 years because I didn't know they were coming back.
Yeah.
I thought they'd been and gone, but it's been so long. I wanted to see this band for so long, and I couldn't go to see them.
So you never saw him at all?
No, I didn't. No,
Oh,
no.
shit.
Didn't go down.
Okay.
So I was properly gutted about that. And then seeing pictures of other people there with the band and, you know, drinking with the band, I'm like,
Oh,
God fucking damn it. But maybe, hopefully, they'll do something next year. Fingers
that
crossed.
Sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah. So that was, it's not that I
Mhm.
when that is taken away from you and you can't go, it's like, but I want to go now. It's like so confusing. I don't know what my body and my brain are doing sometimes. So yeah, that's really frustrating. So
Mm.
I didn't go. Everyone keep their fingers crossed so I can get some tickets for next time, please. That would be great.
Yeah.
So the second thing, and this is a warning to everyone out there getting parcels delivered over the Christmas period and from now and beyond, really.
Right.
So Jacob ordered, if people don't know, Jacob's my son, he ordered a new phone and it was delivered to our address because he knew he'd be coming up this weekend, and so he could open it up. And I was looking forward to this day because I'd be getting his hand-me-down. It's like new phone day for me as well. It's like,
Oh,
yes!
right. Okay. Yep. Yep.
So it's awesome.
Yeah.
And so the package arrives. I take it in. I put it on the side, and it stays there for a couple of weeks because he's still down in Greenwich and waiting to come up. And then he finally comes up that weekend, and he's like, okay, right, great. Where's my phone? And he opens up the box and has a look at it. He's like, oh, they sent me the wrong one.
Right.
And he's like, what? Because he ordered like an iPhone 16 Max, I think it was. And the phone that's been delivered is an iPhone 16 Max Pro. So it's the bigger version.
Wow. Okay.
And he ordered like a 250 gig phone. And this is a terabyte phone.
Holy shit.
And he's like, oh. I'm
Right.
like, okay, this is cool. And he's like, what are you going to do? He's like, well, it's the wrong color, but, you know, if it works, then wicked. And so I'm like, okay, great. He starts opening it up, and it opens up normally, and then it gets to the keypad to type in an email to like log yourself in.
Yeah.
And he gets a suspicion about this thing.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't an Apple keypad on this phone.
Oh.
This looks more like an Android keypad on this phone. And so he asks me, and I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, that's clunky. That's not even Android. That is
That's something
like
else.
a Swift keyboard. I get you.
That's Nokia. That's what that is.
It feels there's you know, the spider
33 cents,
senses. Click, 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 click,
Oh,
click,
but it's got Snake on it. Look.
yeah.
Mm.
No, it's something feels weird about it, and he's like, okay,
Yeah.
and we're like, yeah, this doesn't feel great. And then we look at the packaging that it actually arrived on, and like the corner is folded over and hot glued. And like, oh,
Okay, it's been done. Yeah.
it's been nicked in transport.
Mm.
So this is a warning to everyone. Make sure your parcels arrive and they're not fucking hot glued or anything like this. It's pristine.
So what did you do?
Well, what happened is he spent hours on the phone trying to explain to them, you've sent me, or what has been received is a fake phone. And they're
Yeah.
like, okay, because for some reason they cancelled his SIM card as well. And I don't know if it's dealt with, so I won't say who this was. And apparently these new phones, you don't even need SIM cards anymore. You
No,
just need a QR
eSIMs.
code. eSIM, yeah. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I would only find out in 2 generations' time when I get that phone. I'm like, oh, yeah. It's like new phone day again.
Get with the program, Granddad. We're in the future. Yeah, cool.
So, he spent a couple hours on the phone to this company trying to explain it. And they're like, okay, well, I need my phone number because it is attached to all emails and other stuff that he's got at uni that he needs to get into.
Absolutely.
And so they say, yep, we can deal with that. All you need to do is go to a Curry's, I think it is, and sort it out through there. And they go down there, they explain it, and nothing gets sorted. And then there's lots more phone calls about this. And the more time that goes on, the more that we look at this phone, the more dodgy this phone looks as well. Like the phone speaker holes, they're not
Right.
all in alignment, and it's all just tiny little things
fake
like
as
that.
fuck.
Yeah. Basically the stitching's all over the place. They're not
Didn't know this is
Levi's.
Be Nice to Elton month.
yeah, I know. Well, that's why we're not taking the piss out of this. But
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Oh.
So I think he's in limbo at the moment because the company said, well, send the phone back, and what we'll do once we receive that, we'll send out a new one. And you know what these places are like? It's never the same person you're contacting, talking to. You're never emailing exactly the same person. It's always a
No.
different person replying to these things. And the email that he got in reply to this was, yeah, we've received your phone, but you seem to have sent us a fake phone. He's like, yes, that's what was sent to us.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So I don't know where anyone is at the moment. Luckily, I'm nothing to do with this. Otherwise, I would my heart palpitations would be through the roof.
I can
So-
believe it.
Yeah, especially as it's getting near Christmas as well, which means, the stuff are going to be off, and we'll have to deal with this in the new year, sir.
Yeah, he said that they on one of the phone calls, it sounded like they were having the Christmas party in the background. So probably doing that. Oh yes, sir. Don't worry about that. Do you remember when we was watching The Wolf of Wall Street? All the gestures and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yes, sir. It's basically that.
To paraphrase somebody I know, this sounds like a 2025 problem.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Exactly.
This
And I
sounds
went,
like
yes, it does. Yes, it does.
this sounds like a future me problem.
It
Yes.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what he's going to be doing because I know he's in
America.
California
Yeah.
at the moment. So
Ugh.
I don't know where he stands at the moment, but it's frustrating because surely the package, it was said that it was delivered, and it's got. They've posted the correct package. We've received the wrong one.
Yeah.
So somewhere in the middle, it must be, I don't know, the post office or whoever it was.
Yeah.
Something happened there.
Well, or is it a refurb that they've checked out and sent on?
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. Some of these phone companies will sell you a refurb, and then you find the refurb has actually been fucked over with.
Right. Okay. No. This was supposed to be brand spanking new.
Well,
This was
Then-
supposed to be a brand spanking new one.
Well,
So
well,
it's oh man.
yeah. Don't say anything yet. But basically, if by by the time we return, it hasn't been taken care of.
Oh,
name and
don't
shame.
worry. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Is
Yeah.
this a well-known company that he went to, by any chance?
I think it
Or
is. Yeah.
yeah? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. The majority of
Cool.
listeners would know. This
Does it-
ain't
This ain't Hong Shu's favorite phones or something like
no.
that.
It's- Kentucky
rhyme
Fried
with-
Phones or something like that.
Yeah.
Does it rhyme with B or Fartone bear Taos.
Are you
No,
having a fucking stroke?
Yeah. Does it sound anything like that at all?
No, it doesn't. No, I
No?
don't, actually, I don't know. So I'm going to back away from that at the moment.
Oh.
No,
Or does it sound like merging? No?
no,
Not at all?
no, it doesn't. No, definitely not them. No.
Right. Okay.
Or Vodafone?
Music bagpie.
Frontmarket.com? No?
Is it
So-
Snapple?
No.
The car bomb warehouse.
Carbon. Oh my god.
Explosive offers from the Carbo Frog Bomb Warehouse.
I'm
Yeah.
backing away from the joke in my head at the moment there. So
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't there something like that in in Russia right now? Isn't there General the head of nuclear weapons and chemical
welcome
development?
to Carbon Warehouse. We have all funds.
Diplomatic immunity.
Unfortunately, we don't have pages.
Anyway,
Moving on.
moving on before we were all Novichok to death. Yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
Oh, that moves into the third one. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, have we you were Novichoked, were you?
Okay. Well,
Euphemism.
Oh God.
I saw a film yesterday, and it's
Yes.
just out on Netflix.
Okay.
I won't give anything away,
Uh-huh.
but it's called Carry On, and there was no Sid
Ah.
James, there was no Babs, there was no Kenneth Williams. Really disappointed. Zero
Right.
stars. No, it's got
Taron Egerton. I'll save you the
Tarragon Edgemont. He's like Benedict Cumberbatch now. You can say his name differently as long as you say the first two letters right.
Bumberclark Bumblesnitch.
But you know who you're talking about.
Exactly. Mm. Yeah, we won't try and restart a whole was he in episode 1, was he in
No.
episode 2 thing. Part of the reason for that is because because someone was asking about which episode that started in.
I saw that. Yes.
I was
go-
very good. I didn't say, was it Black Dog episode 1? Was it Black Dog episode 2?
Oh, such
Love
a
it.
missed opportunity.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Elton, carry on. So you saw what's carry on?
Yeah, I saw,
Yeah.
saw Carry On, and
Mm.
it was a movie. it's not a Christmas movie, but they throw
Mm.
loads of Christmas movie references into it.
Yeah.
It hit me at the right time. I enjoyed it far more than I should have done. But be warned, if you watch this, it does have Last Christmas playing in it. So if you're still in that Wham game thing, which I am now not because of this, because when I was at work, I went into a department store working at a department store, and it was all nice and quiet. And I thought, okay, right, I'll just do this and get off the shop floor so I don't hear anything. And I want to stay in it this year and not actually have a parent die, so I can get through one.
Yep.
But there was a moment. All the other times I've heard it, I'm gone, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But this year, there was that moment of I was working and I was like, is that no? Oh
Was it actually by Wham? It wasn't a cheap cover version.
no,
was it?
it was the
Ah,
real thing. But just to warn you, if you're going to play this next year, that song is in this film. So
Right.
just giving
Good
you
to
heads
know.
up. And we all know what Novichok is, yes?
Oh, yes, we just made a joke about it. So yes.
Yes, we do,
Fully
don't
aware.
we? Yeah.
Yes.
Just checking that we all know what that is, what it is and what it does, and okay, because there's a certain main character in this that doesn't know what this is. It's like,
Oh. Right.
and you're a police person?
You have no idea what this thing is? Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So it's so that they can explain it to the audience. What do
Yeah.
you mean? What is this Novichok? Well, it's a nerve agent transferred by simple touch. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, it was a bit of fun. It was all right.
Yeah.
It's one of the movies where it hits you at the right moment, and you kind of need it. So it's
That's
like,
cool.
"Ah, okay, cool."
It's cool.
But that's it, really.
That's it.
Yeah, lots of things going on, and lots of emotions being felt.
Emotions.
Mm.
Okie dokie. Cool. Well, good to have you back anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Yes. And yes, and I hope you appreciate that we have managed to be nice to Eldon throughout his throughout this month. I'm only saying that because we'll probably be mocking you mercilessly next week.
That's
once
not
we-
nice. It's Christmas Day.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Yeah, just phoning you up and going, "What did you get for Christmas?" Ah,
You muppet.
you fucking muppet. No, anyway, right. So, Darren, over to you, mate.
Yes.
Your
Right.
week.
Okay. My week. Well,
Mhm.
not really much apart from finished working for the year
Yes.
this week. I think it was yesterday,
Yes.
actually. Didn't bother saying goodbye to anyone. I just fucking well just logged off. I had my out of office already pre-programmed to go at 3:00 in the afternoon. That was it. So it's like, because okay, I started earlier that day. It's like, well, this is a 3:00 finish. None of you fuckers better phone me, and they didn't. Right?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Out of office on.
Yep. Exactly. That's it. It's gone. That's it. Right.
Yep.
Quickly, right click on Teams, closed. There we go. That's it. No problem.
Yep.
All
That's all
done.
right for some, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course it is. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I tried to book my Christmas holiday as early as possible just to make sure I'm first in the queue for it,
Right.
because everyone else takes 3 or 4 weeks off during the year to go to wherever, you know, some hot country or whatever. I mainly save it just to have time off at the end of the year, just because fuck it, why not?
Right.
You know. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So I've started that now. So, you know, idle hands and all that lot.
Right.
I'm like now. So, what can I do now? I finished. I'm just going to sit around.
What
and do
number
some-
wanker you on to now?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you completed Pornhub?
Oh dear, the the catalogue, the Freeman's catalogue seems to have fallen open on the swimsuit section. No, fuck it. No, honestly, it's like opening a wooden gate now. Yeah, it creaks. Honest, oil the hinges.
There's only 2 pages.
Yep,
The
that's
front
right.
and the back.
It's like, what's that line from Jurassic Park by Jeff Goldblum? Who lives in there? King Kong. So there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Life
yes, indeed.
finds a way.
Life does. Life does. Yes.
Yes.
And all that. So what I did was I thought, you know what? I'm going to give Salem's Lot a look.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes. So I did watch the new version of Salem's Lot. And, you know, I'm thinking, all right, well, I remember what Lee said about it, and, you know, how
Yeah.
everybody's quite knowing about stuff. And I'm watching it, and it's like, so to begin with, it's all right. You know, it's not bad
Yeah.
at all. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
setting the scene and everything, and I'm quite liking the layout. And, you know, one particular character is my favourite, who's the only character who's got any common sense in it.
Yep.
Which is like one of the, you know, a child, shall we say?
Yes.
Who seems to have his noddle together about everything, and his opening scene is very impressive with
Yes.
how he deals with a certain individual. I
Yes.
fucking love that. Yeah,
I thought you might.
I
Yep.
did. Yes, indeed. So anyway, I'm watching this film.
Yeah.
And I suddenly then we start. I can see what you mean by people knowing stuff, but tenuously, it's kind of explained because you see him reading a book. At least one person who's it's like all right, I'll give you that, right? But no, hold on. This isn't the thing that started kind of. I mean, it's noticeable, but not as noticeable as the rules where vampires are concerned, because it plays hard and fast with the rules. I mean,
Mhm.
go-
Fast and
can I-
loose, you mean?
fast and loose. Sorry, can I,
Back to Pornhub there, weren't we?
indeed, you missed the euphemism.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hold on. I've lost them all. I've lost all my buttons. Go on, carry on.
Oh, it's all gone.
Too late. The part. It's past. The moment's past.
Indeed.
Go on,
So
carry on.
one of the rules of of stopping a vampire from attacking you, of course, is not inviting them in, right?
Yes.
And this proves very effective to begin with. Okay, but then you start getting vampires showing up in people's houses when they haven't been invited in.
Nope.
That's it. And it's just like, okay, so is this a thing? What do you want? And then later on, it's like, yeah, you know what? We need to progress the plot in this direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to have that be an effective defense now. Okay, yes, by not being able to invite these people in. And oh look, there's a person trapped in this small shed type thing. I'll tell you what, we'll enact it for that. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll enact it for that.
A public
that's it.
shed.
Yep, he's perfectly all right in that place so long as he doesn't invite them in. That's it.
Yeah.
So I can see what you mean. As I say, I can see what you mean about the knowing stuff, and you sit there with some of it, and you're scratching your head, thinking, "Well, where was that mentioned? How did he go from A to B on that?"
Well, there's a whole thing about like suddenly the teacher just suddenly goes, "Oh, Mr. Barlow, he's in the basement. He's a vampire. I'm going to go kill him." And you're like, you have never interacted with either Straker or Barlow. You've neither mentioned them or even been involved with them. Yet somehow you know who they are, what they are, where they are, and you're going to go get them. What?
Exactly. And I have to say, this version of Straker is not a patch on the one from the TV. With David Soul.
Yeah, not David.
James Mason. James Mason. That's it. Yeah. It's not a patch on James Mason. No. Captain of the Nautilus.
No, he's just a simpering twat. This bloke. He just kind of says, "Don't hurt me, master."
He's dealt with like pretty quickly as well. Really,
yes.
You know, that's it. It doesn't take long for that to happen.
No. That's why I maintain that was a 6-part. That was a 6-part mini-series cut down to a 2-hour film.
I think so.
It
I
is
would
like super compressed. It's like edited highlights.
Yeah, it is. It's like Alien Romulus, but for Salem's Lot. It just kind of blasts through everything and ignores so much shit and just goes, "Oh, you know this stuff. Go on, just move on, speed run it."
It's like I like. There's a bit where there's there's a character out in the open, and all of a sudden he notices he's not alone by quite a bit. I would like to have seen more of that sort of thing in it, but well, you get your one scene with that, which gets resolved, and it's just such the potential there was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the potential was great, but the execution was poor, and the editing was terrible. And there is moments like, for example, and I'm gonna apologize for any minor spoilers, but there's a bit where a character's running for a church, a vampire just suddenly swoops in, picks him up, and you think, oh well, he's dead, and then all of a sudden he just lands back on the ground and goes, "I'm free, thanks very much." Back into the church. It's like, how? What? When? And can vampires fly? Okay, well, if they can fly, why are they all running after him across the church?
Yeah. Apparently, it's like, like Spider-Man in the cartoons. He doesn't need a building to fire his web onto. He can just, catch a passing cloud and reach down and then grab his victim. So, yeah.
Spider-Man just latches onto planes.
He certainly does, yes. There happens to be quite a few of them over in New York. So
Exactly. So, yeah, so you didn't mind it in the ending, is what you're saying?
I just wish they'd not fucking cut it down. Because, as you say, it's so obvious this thing was longer. And I think had you put bits back into it and made it a bit longer, this would have been fine. I would have been quite happy with it. I'll make it into a 2-parter like you do with most of, Stephen King's big books. Just
Yeah.
do that. Do a part 1 and part 2 if you need to. Make them an hour long or make them an hour and a half each.
Yeah. Anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, as numerous franchises have proved, audiences will keep coming back for like 3.5-hour installments of films.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All the Marvel movies started pushing 2 hours very quickly.
Yeah.
And what is it? Was it a 19-film build-up to Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't have to cut long books down because people are scared of long stories anymore. The world has changed, my friend. People lap that shit up. In fact, they want the full fat version.
Yeah.
They certainly do.
Exactly.
And in some cases as well, changing those books. I mean, Stephen King ones, I think one of the most successful changes I've ever seen to a story for one of his books was The Mist.
Yeah.
Because even Stephen King turned around and said, I wish I'd thought of that ending.
Yeah, but that's because he had a short story, and the Mist in is it Skeleton Crew or is it the Bachman books?
It's in Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew.
It's only 12 pages long. I mean, it's literally it's not.
It was done for an anthology called Dark Forces.
Yes,
edited by Kirby McCauley, which is a very good collection of well, I was going to say modern horror fiction because it was published in the 80s, but it's one of those landmark collections. So because it was all the original stories by the brightest and best at the time. So
yeah,
worth tracking down.
I might well do that because I like a good anthology horror. I used to belt through those Clive Barker Books of Bloods and the Bachman books and the Skeleton Crews and that sort of 5 past midnight or whatever it was. I loved all those ones. But the Mist could only get more padded out because if you put that whole film verbatim, the book verbatim to the film, it'd only be about 7 minutes long.
Yep, it's a YouTube fan film. That's what
exactly.
That is. So there we go.
Yeah,
but
so there you go.
So it's a disappointment. Real disappointment. Apart from the one character that I really liked, it could have been so much better. Yeah, really could have been.
Cool.
And there was lots of stupid people doing stupid things in it as well.
Oh,
like okay, so you've got the priest who's with this person who is telling you this thing is happening, and you don't believe them. No. Oh, you're talking poppycock. Oh, we've just had a knock on the door. Let's go outside, shall we?
Who could
go
that
outside.
possibly be?
Yeah. Sit down at the table, young man. I'm going to answer this non-suspicious door knocking that's going on here. Even though people have been disappearing from this village left, right, and centre, I'm still going to openly trust whoever's out there. That's what I'm going to do.
Yes. It makes perfect sense.
Christ almighty.
Why are you doing this? Because the film needs it to happen.
Yes, it does. Yes. So you got a vampire movie for me? I
certainly do. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Oh,
it's going to be hard. No, it's going to actually be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm going to have to see if there's a Salem's Lot one.
I can't remember. I don't think there is.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm writing to him going, can you do one for Salem's Lot?
Yeah. No, he's one for Love Actually is my favourite now. You have to watch that.
Okay,
he
I will track
tears
that down.
it apart in a way that I absolutely adored. It was brilliant. Anyway, but there you go. Anything else, sir?
Apart from going with Reed today, she went and got a piercing done. I'm not a fan of piercings, personally, not on myself.
No,
but she went off and got a new septum piercing, which is just through the nose.
Oh, right. I was going to say, where's the septum? And should you have been telling us on a podcast with the large audience?
Yeah, it's the one through the nose there.
Oh,
and,
right.
Yeah, no, really looks good. I looked better than I thought it was going to look. So, yeah.
And you can tie her to a hitching post in case you lose her.
No, it's not that kind of thing through the nose there. It's like it's a bar that's got two like rounded bits on the end.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's not anything like that. But she is going for a very small sort of like, very subtle sort of ring through there anyway. So I've seen pictures of it.
Overly
Yeah, it
joke.
looks good. Yeah, I know. But no, it looks good. She looks really, really good with it. So
Lovely.
most pleased with that.
Nice.
But
Cool.
let's see. Anything else? No, I don't think anything else is done. Apart from I tried
Mm.
doing a bit of, I don't know if you can call it DIY. I tried an experiment.
Oh,
I
dear.
think I almost burned the flat down.
Right.
What happened was I it's like about 1 o'clock in the morning, and you know how you get bored, and you think,
Right.
I'll burn the house down.
I've got some Christmas lights, right? I've got some Christmas
Yeah.
lights that are battery powered. I wonder if I
Yeah.
could turn them into USB lights. So
Okay.
I stripped a USB cable,
Oh no.
found the things with the power, right? Okay,
No.
and I took apart the actual battery casing, and got the wires out. Got the actual. I thought, let's see if this works, right? Touched it, and the lights were like really bright. I'm thinking, oh,
Yeah, I bet
fucking
they
hell,
were.
I can save some money doing this. Excellent
Oh,
stuff.
God. Yeah.
And so I'm doing that, admiring my work, and all of a sudden I notice, oh, that light's just gone out.
Yeah.
Oh, that light's just gone out.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's another one that's just gone out. And then I notice is, are these getting warmer?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no.
You absolute plum. I mean, I'm
Hey,
not.
I only had these I had this on one of those rechargeable batteries. So
Right.
that's all it was. It wasn't like plugged into the fucking mains or anything like this.
Right.
But yeah. I think that probably needs more study, I think, or preferably none whatsoever.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
steer it clear of it.
Or preferably not plugging something that's very low voltage and low charge into a mains kind of socket. That
No,
would
it
be
wasn't.
great.
As I say, it wasn't mains. It was rechargeable. One of these, rechargeable batteries. That's what it was. So, yeah, or power packs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But as they say, the brightest stars shine twice as bright and half as long.
Burn your house down.
Yeah, burn your fucking house down and set fire to your USB stick. Yeah.
Honestly, it was so bright it lit the kitchen up, right?
And you were in the garden.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like one of those mad scientists who got those, like, the fucking the soldering goggles on,
like that like that guy who keeps doing the experimentation and keeps blowing himself up on YouTube. Who's that
Yep.
guy? Is it Yevgeny
He
or whatever his
worries
name?
me. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
It's got to be deliberate, that, isn't it? It's got to be
It
like
has
he knows what he's doing,
yeah.
but it's funny. It's funny as fuck.
Nice. Yes. Well, there you go. I'm glad I can pass the torch over. I'll send the was it the award for the biggest DIY klutz in the world over to you now.
Thank
'Cause
you,
I don't-
thank you.
I feel
I'm
like
not
I've
touching
moved
them
on.
anymore. That's it. I'm leaving.
Of course,
them
you're
well
not
alone
touching
now.
them. They're probably still
No.
live.
No. They're off. They're off. So
They're off.
I should be putting them in the bin near me soon. Yes,
Yeah, with paper to burn.
with paper. Yeah, yeah, I'm just
Nice.
going to wrap them in this flammable,
Yeah.
flammable substance.
Petrol.
There we go.
I will pack them safely in coal.
Yes.
Yep, I will. Yep.
Then
I'll
wrap
stick them
them
on
in
a shelf next to the
petroleum.
fireworks. Yep. I know.
And then keep them in waxy paraffin paper. That'll do. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Maybe
Totally
smear it with
safe.
petroleum jelly just to make sure it's waterproof.
Oh, you've got to
Lovely.
keep them packed, haven't you?
Yeah, you keep them dry. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, maybe some lighter fluid as well, just to fragrance the air.
And keep them. I'll keep them well away from the detonators that I've got.
Now that is very Christmassy. Whatever
Indeed.
are my
The
detonators.
detonators.
Anyway,
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh. Anyway, cool.
We're gonna be
So
20%. Sorry, I can't stop myself.
don't start yet. We had enough last week with
Yes.
my quote of thoughts. I couldn't stop it. I had to watch RoboCop. Couldn't help it. Dick, I'm very disappointed. I'm sure it's just a glitch. A glitch. Anyway, so don't start again. Don't start. Anyway,
It.
my week, really quickly, because not a lot has been going on with me. I've finished my Christmas video thing for work, which was great. Only to be hit up by an ex-colleague from Cartoon Network who was trying to make a Christmas video for someone else and had no one to help. So I was on that for a while. So hey, guess what? Back on Cartoon Network, Christmas video. Woo! I didn't get paid for it though, Andrea, in case you're wondering and listening, mate. So there was that. On the old telly boxage, I watched the final 2 episodes of the Black Doves.
Oh, how did that go?
And it ended quite well. I wasn't hopeful at one point because it turned into sort of double, triple, double cross kind of vibe going on. But then it actually neatly wrapped it up. And I thought, that's quite good, actually. It wasn't perfect, but it was okay. And we came away from it feeling like we hadn't wasted our time watching 6 hours of spy drama. Though my mum, I did tell her about it, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not sure. I'll watch that." Anyway, she binged watched all 6 hours on a single Sunday.
Wow.
So if you got bored older parents, then put them in front of it. I think that's the takeaway for that.
They'll be fine with it.
Yeah, and the new season of Secret Level continues. They dropped another half a dozen episodes.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Because I did sit and watch ones on your recommendation, and I really enjoyed them. I've got to say, the D&D one, the Warhammer one.
Yeah, the Warhammer one and the Unreal Tournament one and the Dungeons and Dragons one were all sort of standouts for me. Yeah. The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it was cute because he was sending himself up. But the new lots dropped, and there's a couple of really good ones in there, and there's one that was really interesting to me alone because it's just me being me, really. One from the new game that's coming out called Exodus, which is only interesting to me because the writer and most of the dev team of Mass Effect 1 are on it and working on it, and I thought, I wonder what this is like, and then I got a big basically info dump and a story about flying around looking for your daughter in a hostile universe, which was quite cool. So it's worth looking at. There's a couple of good ones, but nothing really comes close to that Pac-Man one which is basically just body horror, madness. That was something else. That was, but it was okay. It was fine, just cool. Other than that, went Christmas shopping today, and decided to get the car cleaned and valeted. So I thought, that'd be good. And I don't know, long-term listeners might remember that I actually have no sense of smell. I haven't had a sense of smell since about 2017. And but I suddenly rediscovered it today when I got back in my car after having the car valeted, and the guy has basically he was supposed to do the dashboards and all the trim and everything, and I don't know what he's used in it, but fuck me, it was like sitting in a vodka bottle. It was like, good lord. You know when you sit in something and it's so strong, you don't so much smell it as experience it. I just got in the car, I was like, the fuck is going on here? I can't see. My eyes are gone. My eyes have gone. My skin's bubbling. It was like I've been Novichok myself. So yeah, that was a thing. But I also managed to lose my car parking ticket twice. So I went up to the pay machine. I went, I'm terribly sorry, mate. I've lost my ticket. I'll pay the way. And the guy went, okay, what's your number plate? Told him, and he said, it's okay. We got you on the record, so we know when you came in. Just pay the bill, and we'll issue another ticket so you can get out. So I went, right, fine. Paid it. Got the ticket. Walked to the car, got in the car, went, fucking hell, fire! Opened all the windows, got in the car, drove out of the car park, and somewhere between opening all the windows and going, fucking hell, fire, I lost my ticket.
Oh.
So there I was driving down the ramp, and there's all these cars behind me, And I'm like, oh, the barrier's not opening. And I'm pressing the button, and it's like, boop, boop. And it's like, yes. I said, and I gave him my number plate again. I said, I've just got a ticket and I've managed to lose it. And he went, again. I'm like, I'm being ticket shamed.
What do you mean again?
Yeah, because he was the same bloke. It was the same bloke he knew from my number plate.
Yeah.
And the fact that I just talked to him at the pay station, that he'd already issued me a ticket, and then I buzzed him and told him that I lost the ticket.
But you didn't lose it again. You just lost it once. So why does he think you lost it twice?
Because I lost it the first time.
Oh, you did? Oh, right. Sorry.
I lost it the first time to call him up. Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
You're not listening, are you?
No, but
nodded off.
No, hold on. You collected the ticket from him.
I collected the ticket from him because I'd lost the ticket the first time. Got in the car.
What do you want to do that for? That's
And
a
then
bit of a silly thing to do, would it? Losing your ticket? What'd you do that for?
In the basket.
Put the ticket in the basket, yeah. So I lost the ticket a second time and then sat there while all these cars were behind me, sort of going sort of thing, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And the
Because
bloke's
bibbing
like,
makes things go faster.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I've lost the ticket, and he's like, again? I'm like, yes. He
Just
goes, it's
open the
okay. I know
fucking
you've paid for it because I've just issued the other ticket and let me out. Anyway, not the most hilarious of stories, but hey ho.
Passes the time, doesn't it?
It passes the time, doesn't it? So anyway, right, before we go to asking for trouble, we do have some feedback from last week. Last week we did a Christmas horror story. Elton, did you actually watch it?
Yes, I did. Yes.
What did you think of it?
It did make me jump.
Yes. Was it the lady falling out the ceiling?
Oh, that scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, got me as well, that one.
But maybe it's me not understanding what an anthology is, but when Jim mentioned it being an anthology, I thought it was going to be 3 or 4 short stories not jumbled up together.
Well, that's what they normally are.
Oh, see, that's why I don't understand these things. So, yeah, I was expecting a little novella and then another little novella and then another one, but it didn't quite happen like that.
It's more like Pulp Fiction, these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Anyway,
But
so
with less gimp.
what was that?
I said, but with less gimp.
Oh, with less gimp. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I was thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? Who's Les Gimp in his orchestra? What the fuck? Anyway, right. So anyway, yeah, we got some feedback. Sean Gleason said, "Open primed, watched Shatner. The movie is Fourth Row Down. Oh, searched for Shatner. The movie is Fourth Row Down. Had to subscribe to I would have had to have subscribed to AMC to watch, so he didn't basically. Okay, so there you go. Because I was having trouble trying to search for it. Chris Johnson said, because we were talking about public safety videos, he said, this is the public safety video ad that scared the crap out of me, jogging and running. He's attached a YouTube video about don't run, because there's a public safety video about dying because you're running.
Oh, right.
I'm not even going to look at it if it's that bad. Anyway, hold on, I've just got a cough. There you go, back again. Russ Fulks said, in response to Jim's answer on the scariest public safety videos, when I was about 4, it was cold Christmas. It was a cold Christmas. I'd gotten a cool remote controlled monster truck without a wire. Word came back to the house that the local pond had frozen over. So me and my older brother and their mates, we went down to try do some donuts there with my truck. At some point, after we had all been standing on the ice, as kids do in such clever things, my brother heard a crack, looked around, and I was gone. The reason we were totally stupid, and the pond was barely over 1.5 feet deep. At best, you fell in and it's wet wellies and cold legs and an early trip home to watch whatever Star Wars was on that year in front of the fire, right? Well, the reason my brother couldn't see me is because I was pulled under. Not sure how.
Bloody hell.
Oh, God.
Pulled under?
Yeah, not sure how. Somebody with a brain physics might be able to help me. Brain for physics might be able to help me here. I ended up flat under the ice, a good few feet from where I fell through. Oh God, anxiety attack. My brother said he could see me under there, panicking, and had to punch the ice through to get me, bashing a knuckle or two out of place in the process.
Crikey.
He gets all weird and panicked when he recounts it, and it's quite funny. I just remember cold and murky light. Hearing that answer just brought the story back to the rest of the podcast. Whew.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to
hell.
upset his brother.
No, his brother
Mate,
can
he
punch.
through ice as a child.
Yeah,
Crikey.
his brother's well, Andy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for that, Russ. I was going to say I hope you're okay, but given that it was like when you were 4, I mean, I'm guessing you're okay. Wow. Okay. Well, has anyone else got any traumatic childhood experiences they wish to share? By all means, send them in to us. Peter Organ of the Broadcast and the Broadcast of Delights, which is all on broadcast.libsyn.com, wrote in to say, this film was not really my cup of eggnog, particularly the teens in the basement who couldn't die quickly enough. The changeling plot was good enough. It was good though, and the beastie we see at the end was a great makeup job. Though it was going to turn out, I thought it was going to turn out that it wasn't the real child that she got back at the end either. Likely, I was disappointed to find out that the zombie elves weren't real. I wanted them to storm the radio station and for Shatner to pull some kind of trademark moves, some of his trademark moves before being taken out, rocking Ricky Rialto Gremlin style. Yeah, he didn't, unfortunately. Anyway,
The
Robert
insurance
Lamont
wouldn't have covered it.
no, wouldn't have covered it for his judo chop. Bob Lamont, Bob Haloman Lamont, the archivist of the old Black Dog, said, "Irony of ironies, Elton's being out for most of not being nice to Elton month. He must like teasing, really." I mean, I've got nothing to say on that.
We're not allowed to say anything on that.
No, not until January 1st.
No.
And then we will.
No. We're carrying it on then, are we?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, be nice to Elton month. It's all good. What's wrong with that?
No, nothing.
What, you want me to not be nice to Elton month?
You can cancel it if you like,
I
mate.
mean, I can write it off. It's really easy to do.
I'm thinking of the opposite.
Yeah, being shit to Elton month. That's not nice.
God.
What?
No. Carry
No,
on.
go on.
Carry on.
No, go on.
Carry on.
It's too late. Their
No.
ship sailed. The door's
No.
open. What's happening? What are
No.
you saying?
Carry on.
Quick while you're ahead.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. Dean Holt also writes in to say, going to have a listen to this podcast this afternoon. Watched the Christmas horror story last night. Thought it was pretty average at best. Can't see me rewatching it, to be honest. The only parts that kept me entertained was Santa versus the foul-mouthed elves. While Murray Kristen said, another podcast I listened to that's covered Hot Frosty. You dodged a bullet. Because I mentioned that I might have been putting Hot Frosty on the docket. Their view was another podcast was their view was it was written slightly baldy sex comedy, and then someone came in and rewrote it as a chaste family movie. Though weirdly, also technically makes it a Netflix Christmas movie extended universe. Oh, because there's loads of other Netflix stuff on the TV. Yeah, I've heard about that. Anyway, so there you go. And right, and a little bit more serious. We have one other bit of feedback. I'm going to go through this, but I'm going to cut it down because, frankly, I don't know that the people involved want to have all of their illnesses spread all over the place. But I'll try and edit on the fly. It's from Bob Haleman Lamont. He says, "Hi guys, just a little message on the eve of the last show, just to let you guys know how much we all appreciate what you guys do on the Black Dog and all your various projects and podcasts. Last year's merriment was in short supply in my neck of the woods," and then he goes on to list that various members of his family have been ill, and that he's been ill and he's had illness all in the space of a few weeks. Some of the illness is quite bad. So, juicy. This is what happens when I try and edit on the fly. I should have just read it out. Right, and to add to all this, two people I was one of the two people around to be able to ferry my mum and uncle to their various hospital appointments. Stress was high for my whole family last Christmas. It was this podcast that you guys created that helped keep me sane in any way entertained over that period of time. It was also Jim and yourselves talking about his lung cancer journey that helped me not spiral into a panic when the big C was mentioned and decided to touch my family. You guys never shied away from it, but also never panicked, which helped me remain calm. The family is so much better this year with both my mum and uncle being cancer-free. I might as well not bother editing on the fly. Sorry about that, man. And me having dodged dodged the dentist's tender mercies. It looks like a lot happier Christmas this year. I know you guys always joke about being just a group of guys that talk bollocks about movies, and that old joke of there are only 2 listeners that pop up every so often. I'm sure that's a lie.
One in North Korea.
Yeah, they're both in North Korea. But if you guys ever question what you do in the podcast, what you do in the podcast you make, please remember that they affected and helped a lot of listeners throughout the years with some pretty bad times. Anyway, that's enough niceness and sentimentality. Looking forward to hearing more of you old bastards in the new year, and wanted to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous new year. Bob. Well, thank you very much for that, Bob. Yeah, we laugh in the face of the big C. Isn't that right, Jim?
Well, it's the only thing to do, really.
Yes, exactly.
To be honest.
Exactly. And, I don't want to make this podcast make it sound like this podcast is some kind of noble cause and thing, but if it helps and makes people happy, then that's fine. That's bonus Brucey bonus for me. So there you go. The fact that even anyone's listening, as ever, apart from those 2 guys in North Korea, is always handy. So, thank you, Bob. Glad to hear your family's on the mend.
No, that's very good news. I hope
Yeah.
you have a better Christmas this year.
Yes, and the same to everyone else out there who's going through shit. I mean, we're all going through shit. But you know what? If you can laugh at it, then it's maybe not quite as bad as all that. Or if you can listen to us laugh at it, then maybe we can make it a little bit
send your
worse.
problems and we'll laugh at them.
Yes, send us your problems and we will laugh at your problems. Yes.
Inappropriately, hysterically. Yes.
Yeah, hysterically. But anyway, thank you very much for that, Bob. Sorry I mangled your email. I thought I could edit on the fly. I clearly can't. But there you go. But anyway, right. Before we finally end this section, it's now time to move on to Yes, indeed, because we are the Black Dog and we are asking for trouble. So this week, we had a few from Sean Gleason. Firstly, Sean Gleason tried to fill the questions thread with just facts, which
okay.
it's useful. It's interesting in pub quizzes, but it kind of undermines and misses the point of a question. So I did question me on it, funny enough, ironically. So he asks a question. He did come back and ask a question. So the first question he asked was, Jaffa cakes, do you eat them chocolate side down or cake side down? What's the best flavour?
Well,
over to you.
I bite straight through the middle. That's it. I don't. I just don't care. That's it.
Ah, you're
Really?
a half moon person.
Yeah, I'm a
You're
half moon person. And plus orange, best flavour.
Well,
Everything else is the devil's arsehole. It really is. It's like Coke, right? Okay. The only Coke and Pepsi, just the standard flavours. Everything
Coke and
else,
Pepsi, right?
yeah, Coke and Pepsi. Anything else apart from that fucking vanilla, fucking lime. What's all this bullshit? No, standard, normal flavour. That's
Not
all you
cherry.
need. No, not fucking cherry.
No,
Jesus
really.
Christ Almighty!
You do know that Pepsi and Coke both have lemon and lime in them by default.
I know, but the actual combination of the lemon and lime, as well as all the other really healthy chemicals that go into those things, the combination there, that flavour that comes out is just right. Right? It's
Right.
it's in the Goldilocks. You know, like a planet is in the Goldilocks spectrum or whatever the fuck they call it.
Goldilocks zone.
Goldilocks zone. That is what. That's
No, let's stay with Spectrum. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Goldilocks
the Goldilocks C64. Yeah, go
That
on.
one. Yes. Yeah. So the Goldilocks Atari.
Atari 2600,
2600 or
Yeah.
Amstrad
CPC 464,
That's the one.
the one with the tape
Jupiter
deck in
Ace.
the Spectrum QXL. Yeah.
That one.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just that combination of chemicals is the right flavour as far as I'm concerned, and everything else is just meant to fucking torment us. That's all
Right.
it is. Any other flavour, no, stop it. Just
Oh,
get
okay.
back in your lane. Stick with the thing that we know works. Because I get pretty sick and tired of going to buy fucking Pepsi, right, and finding that there's none of the ones that I want, but there's 14 billion fucking vanilla bottles or fucking cherry. Shit like that. And the amount of times I've picked, because the packaging, they just subtly change the packaging as well. The amount of times I've got to go and buy this fucking bottle of Pepsi, which I think is a normal bottle of Pepsi, only to find out it's fucking cherry. I've just noticed the subtle difference.
So,
Bastards.
What about Jaffa cakes?
yeah, what way round do you eat your Jaffa cakes?
Which way round do you eat your Jaffa cake? Chocolate side up or cake side up?
I don't care. As I say, just bite straight through the middle, and that's
Okay.
it.
Well, it depends if I'm hanging upside down or not, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So
Whichever way, as long as it goes in my face, I don't give a shit. That's it.
Okay. Jim. Quick before he starts again.
It's chocolate side up, because if you have a chocolate side down, it just melts on your fingers.
But you got to hold it with your fingers, Jim.
No, he
Oh,
uses
if you have the
levitation.
cake
He
side
has many a
down,
spell.
side down. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's the way they come out of the packet. That's the top end.
He
Basically.
uses
Okay,
eldritch
okay.
powers to eat his Jaffa cakes.
You
And
see,
what flavour?
with cakes, biscuits, if the chocolate's on the top, that's the top. That's why it's called on the top. It's fucking simple. Jesus, I explain television to an ant sometimes.
Oh my god.
Right.
Let me get some crayons out. I think this is
God
going
almighty.
to take a while.
This is Jesus. Everyone's off. Everyone's off.
Yep.
Got the strops on.
Merry
okay.
fucking Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas. What about the flavour, Jim? What's your favourite Jaffa cake flavour?
There's only one, orange.
Right. Okay.
Solidarity, brother. Yes.
freedom for orange. Go on, then, Elton. You're going to tell me you eat them cake side down and like strawberry ones.
I don't eat them. I don't like them, I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, that's at least a simple answer. I like that.
Yeah.
And my answer is chocolate side up, and I think orange, and I also like lime ones. There you go.
What?
Yeah, the lime ones. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with fucking
God
lime?
sees him.
Lime's good. Lime's got the same tang. In fact, I would argue, from a chemical perspective, if you didn't see that it was orange, you didn't see it was orange, or didn't see it was green in there, you wouldn't be able to tell a fucking difference between the two.
Where on the
You know what,
citrus
you-
spectrum is this?
The citrus spectrum, well, it's just down by the shift key.
Yeah.
Is it near the Goldilocks spectrum?
It's in the Goldilocks spectrum.
You get
which
there
is-
from the
which-
Tudor line? I don't know. I'm lost.
Yeah, the Goldilocks spectrum you can find inside a bowl of porridge. Yeah, but no, I would actually argue that the lemon and lime Jaffa cakes and the orange both have the same amount of citric acid in them. So therefore, if you couldn't tell, you didn't look visually, you wouldn't know.
This is dangerously close to a blind taste test.
Blind dog black
I'm not
taste.
tasting a dog.
The blind dog taste back.
Chihuahua.
Da, 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 da. Chihuahua. Nom, 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 nom.
Chihuahua.
Got a subtle hint of Schnauzer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
a
I'm
touch
getting-
of Corgi in there somewhere.
Oh, I got the wrong end. Oh no.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to
This one-
swill it round my mouth. Anyway,
This one tastes like chum. Oh, no. Right. Okay. Well, that I hope that's.
why does it taste like wet dog? It's because it is a wet dog. Ah.
Yeah. Well, I think next time we manage to meet up, I will bring 2 different types of Jaffa cake, and we will blind dog taste black test.
Yes, that and all.
Right. Right. So, yeah, the other one, and then I'll leave it because there's a couple here, but I'll leave the. What movie is on your individual lists that you feel the other hosts would veto? This is also from Sean.
Ooh, isn't
What-
that giving stuff away?
Well, no, because if we're going to veto it, that means it's never getting on. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. There's many that we've vetoed, is there? Any? Is there any that we vetoed? I know that Darren won't let us have Batman Ninja
Yeah.
or U571, but we even got round that, to be honest.
Well,
Well,
I've got
veto
the
is very,
Serbian
very
film
rarely
sitting in my
used.
collection. You won't do that, so.
Sorry, Jim. What was that?
Well, we've never really actually done a veto, have we?
No, there was a whole thing in version 1 when we were getting a little sick of going good film, bad film, and there was going to be a black ball, but I don't think we ever did it.
No.
I don't think there's any film we would actually veto. Is there?
I don't think so.
I mean, if you fuckers tried to get me to watch The Fifth Element, I'd bitch and whine, and I'd moan about it, and you'd not get a fucking word in edgeways if I had to watch it again.
Mm.
But you know, I wouldn't veto it. Same goes for what's his name? Fucking Scott Pilgrim saves the
Well, it's funny you
motion
should say that.
graphics team.
Yeah.
What?
We've been up and down the old IMDb list of 10 out of 10s and 0.0 out of 10, haven't we? So
Yes, I don't. I mean, I don't even know what's at the bottom of the top 10. I mean, I know that there's a couple that we've vetoed purely because we couldn't get hold of them, but that's it. Oh, I mean, hold on, IMDb bottom 20. Hold
you
on.
vetoed one yourself a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that was the fucking Wicker Man. I
Yeah.
did veto that, but that was because I couldn't do it to you guys, and then I couldn't do it to myself either. But yeah, so that was a sort of self vetoing.
Mm.
I don't think that counts. Hold on, bottom. Yeah.
Was it more the point for me? I don't actually have a list.
Well, that's yes. That is
Because
something.
basically, it's bad enough as it is finding what's on streaming this week. So
Yeah.
I gave up having a list a long time ago. It's just kind of what I see is there right now, and I hopefully be there in 7 days' time if we're lucky.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hold on. Where is it? Popularity.
Okay, what about this then? Out of
Go
all
on.
the films that we've done, which ones do you wish you hadn't done?
I don't know. I'm quite glad we've done them.
Yeah?
Because the thing is, as bad as they are, at least you can say you know that they're bad. That was kind of the whole point to start with. Was kind of like, what's the point of sort of just doing this sort of? Oh, they all say it's bad. You know, they all say it's terrible. Well, is it? Is it really? Or is it just terrible because some sued has stroked his beard and gone, nah? And one of the things we've found is some of the really low end ones have actually been the most fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we can watch some of these 9 out of 10 films and find they're utterly tedious. But yeah, you know, some of them. I mean, Birdemic and Manos Hands of Fate are absolutely fucking awful. Or Street Fighter, but you can turn around and go, actually, we had more fun with those than we had watching, I don't know, The Dark Knight. because you know, who wants to watch The Dark Knight? You watch The Dark Knight, everyone knows what they're getting. But watching like Jaws: The Revenge, we could have a bloody good laugh out of that one.
Absolutely.
Or I mean, I'm looking at it now. We've done the bottom of the IMDb. We did Troll 2, we did Jaws: The Revenge, we did Blood Rain. The only one we've missed a few now because there's a few new ones like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and those ones with Bruce Willis where he was doing it for the money before we knew he was getting was it Alzheimer's and dementia. Cats, we haven't done Cats. I mean, to me that feels like that's just sitting there waiting to go. We've done Battlefield Earth. We've done that. We've done Epic Movie. We've done that. We've done Alone in the Dark. We haven't done Son of Mask or Glitter. So there's this few still
Glitter.
waiting. Yeah.
Oh, there's many out there. Trust me.
Oh, there's many out there. Disaster movie we haven't done, but I feel like we'd see that. So
Made in Manhattan. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Manners Hands of Fate, 1.7 out of 10. Yeah, we've done that. Yeah, we haven't done Super Babies, Baby Geniuses. Yeah, don't worry. There's still plenty we can do.
Boss
Kirk
Baby.
Cameron Saving Christmas. I mean, come on. Remember that.
Any Tyler Perry movie.
The one we haven't seen, which is the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, is called Smolensk, which is 1.2 out of 10 over 40,000 votes.
What?
Inspired story of people affected by the 2010 plane crash of the Polish Air Force Flight 101 in Smolensk, Russia. Fiery reporter Nina won't accept the story she's been given and she's determined to find the truth. And the other one, which always haunts me, because I look at it and I think, why can we not find this? It's called Daniel the Wizard.
Daniel the Wizard.
Yeah.
Starring Daniel.
Yeah.
Written by Daniel.
It says evil assassins wants to kill Daniel Kuhlbock, the third runner-up in German Superstar Idols show. Sounds like a winner.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a winner. If we can find it, I'll bloody do it. But anyway.
It's Harry Potter, basically.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter. Or Harry Potter. Depends how you look at it. Anyway, right. Well, I'll leave it there. Sorry, what was that, Jim?
Oh, what are you watching it on?
Well, you're watching it on, yeah. Dum, ba-dum, dum, 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 bow.
I think I've just found it.
What? Daniel the Wizard?
It's on YouTube, mate.
Oh. You know when I said I don't think we'll be coming back, we won't be picking a film before we come back?
Aaron.
I think we might.
I'll check it out and I'll make sure. But it's how long does it actually say the film is? Because
1 hour and 21 minutes.
This is hour and 17.
Well, there you go. Doesn't
So
have
as
the credits.
long as it's not just in German.
No, that'd be even better.
Yeah, can we?
It's got
got
subtitles. No,
accents.
it's got subtitles. It's got subtitles.
Oh, it's looking good. It's
Hold on.
looking good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I can see it. It's full. It's the full movie.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go.
Who is performing tonight? It is not Phil Collins. Nope. It's not Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well,
I'm going to go get that copyright and struck.
get the copyright strike.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. We will leave it. We won't pick it now. We will leave everyone to have a nice Christmas. But if we haven't found a film to pick on the first one when we come back from New Year's, this is one that's going on by default. It's like the 2CV in Top Gear that's following them around.
Daniel the Sorcerer.
Daniel the Wizard.
No, well, I think in German it's actually Daniel the Sorcerer.
Nice.
By the looks of it. So I could. Who is this man?
I don't know.
Jesus.
But we'll wrap it up there because we've done 1 hour and 28 minutes of our opener. So let's just stop it there. We've only got 50 minutes to do the bloody review. Right, so we'll leave it there. We'll roll the jingle. And if you want to leave any feedback, go to the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, or you can send us an email, which is feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. And if you have any opinions on Jaffa Cake flavors, by all means, send them in to Darren at... No, sorry, anyway. I'm sure you'll love to hear them.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, we'll leave it here and we will roll the jingle.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the unconventional Christmas movie season on Black Dog! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, holy shit!
Right, so Violent Night is a 2022 American Christmas action comedy film directed by Tommy Wirkola, written by Pat Casey and Josh Miller. I was trying to work out who they were, but it's not telling me. Oh, they worked on both Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Make of that what you will. And it stars David Harbour, John Leguizamo, sorry, Alex Hassel, previously seen in Rivals with his todger out playing tennis, Alex Lauder and Beverly D'Angelo, completely unrecognizable as the mum. Yes, as it follows Santa Claus, portrayed by David Harbour, as he fights mercenaries who have taken over a wealthy family's household in an attempt to steal their money. The film was premiered in October at the Comic-Con, October the 7th, 2022, and was later released worldwide on December the 2nd, 2022. Had a budget of $20 million. How much do you think it made at the box office, Jim?
56 million very well placed screws.
Nice. What about you, Elton? What do you reckon?
One carefully sharpened candy cane.
Nice. Candy shiv. What about you, Dal?
I think it made 4,000 mince pies and a copy of Merry Christmas, Everyone by Slade.
Nice. Well, you're all wrong. What it made was one strangely digitally enhanced Bristol that looked apparently like Manhattan when he took off from the air. Just that was not Bristol. First thing, no. that opened in Bristol, and that was not Bristol. That was that was only Bristol if New York had been renamed Bristol. But anyway, no, it actually made $76.6 million, and as we recalled, it was announced this morning that the second one has just gone into production. So there you go. So anyway, so yeah, make of that what you will. Whether we're looking forward to that, we'll have to find out. So let's go around the table. I've not seen this before. We didn't do this thing beforehand, did we? Last week we didn't go around saying, "Have you seen this before?" Jim, have you seen this before?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay, Darren, I know you have.
Yep.
Elton, have you seen this before?
It was on in the background once, but I didn't really pay much attention to it, so I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay, right. Well, then you can go first. Without spoilers, what did you think of Violent Night? How many times have I told you not to record while on the toilet? Seriously.
It was all right. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really know what to expect from it, though. It's
okay.
I think it's got some good scenes in it.
Mm.
It is derivative of some certain movies, and I think it tells you that just to try and get away with it.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this, and so that gives me permission to use this. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You're just citing your sources.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the same thing.
But
yeah,
I think it's all right.
Mm.
There's some moments where they carry on a bit too much, but yeah, it it can be a bit of fun, I think.
Okie dokie. Right then. What about you, Jim? What did you think of it?
Well, okay, this was second watch for me. We watched it pretty much when it first came out. Was it last? It was Christmas, still just after Christmas anyway. And both me and Teresa, we thought it was fun, but kind of a bit lazy, a bit flabby. And however, when we watched it again, both of us actually enjoyed it a lot more the second time round.
Okay.
I think it's because this time we knew what we were getting. Whereas the first time we weren't sure which way it was sort of going, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And I think I had a lot more fun with it this time. And I was like, actually, that's not maybe just a bit too full of mince pies and booze and a bit late at night the first time round, and just felt, get on with it.
Yeah.
But this time we had a lot of fun with it, and it's kind of okay, no, actually that's. I take back my former criticisms. It might have been a me thing, not the film thing. I mean, the film isn't a great bit of high art or drama, but
no,
it is a good bit of fun, though.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. No problem. What about you, Dal?
Well, first time I saw this, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I thought it may have been a little bit too long.
Yeah.
But on the second watch, actually, I didn't have any of that at all, but I really enjoyed it. So I just went with it. Try not to take it too seriously at all. And I had a good old giggle with this. I really liked it.
Okie dokie. And for me, like I say, I haven't seen this before, so I kind of knew what I was getting. And I sat there with Carol to watch it. And while it does sag in places, and in other places it's a bit derivative, like Elton says, it tries to cite its sources and go, ha ha ha, look, we've said them, so therefore you can't criticize them. It does try that, and it doesn't quite get away with it, in my opinion. But we both came away by the end going, yeah, it was all right. It was quite fun for what it was. And yeah, it was all right. It was a bit of fun. And probably as far as Christmas movies go, it's probably the best one I've seen, because it didn't make me want to immediately vomit. There seems to be a thing with Christmas movies, genuine Christmas movies, I mean, which have Santa and snow and all the baubles and trappings, which as soon as you see it, you just go, oh, God, we're doing this again. You know? It's just like, I can't be fucked with that kind of nonsense. It's and so if to see Santa fuck shit up, it's quite refreshing. I know that on the podcast we've done more than a few Santa fuck shits up movies, but it still feels refreshing every time we do one.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go. But if you haven't seen Violent Night, you've heard what we think, generally. And we're going to go into spoilers in a second. So we will do the spoiler zone thing. I'm going to press some random buttons. And here we go. Here's the spoilers. Here's the spoiler zone. Thank you.
No!
Shut up, Wesley.
Say no!
Shut up, Wesley.
No! Say no!
Shut up, Wesley.
No! Say no to drugs! No to drugs!
Shut up, Wesley.
No!
The remix.
Say no to drugs!
Shut up, Wesley.
No to drugs! This is what I call the
Yeah, that's enough. Thanks very much there,
My
Devastating
God.
Dave.
You really need a record scratch in there, mate.
I do.
No.
I really do. Devastating Dave, the turntable slave, and Zip Zap Rap. Yeah, I forget how long it takes to get going as well. So I'll
Bit of a run up.
Yeah, it does take a bit of a run, that one. Anyway, there you go.
Shut up,
Right,
Wesley.
so we're on the other side of the spoiler zone. Okay. First off, let's get the elephant out of the room because it's right there. This film wants to be Die Hard and it wants to be Home Alone. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
and so much so that it cites both of those movies right up front. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
So how?
Although just a little point of tedious order.
Yeah.
Did you know Home Alone completely actually very closely rips off a French film called Deadly Games?
No, I did not.
No, it was in my advent calendar.
Ah.
Yeah, literally 2 years before. This is kind of it's like a kid's film. It's also like a slasher film about a rich kid who accidentally, on an early version of the internet, tries to talk to Santa to a random weirdo who realizes he's a rich kid and comes to his home dressed as Santa and stalks him in his own house. But this kid is an action movie fanatic and has all sorts of gadgets. And he is like a genius level kid. So he's got all sorts of gadgets which he uses to fucking give this Santa the fucking shock of his life. When he's it's really good. But yeah, literally the director said when he saw Home Alone, says, "You bloody plagiarized my movie." And John goes, "Oh, I'd never seen it." And he's going, "Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really? Okay. What? Well, next Christmas, keep that in the bag, Jim, because I think that sounds like a winner.
It's a good movie, but say it's one of those. Will it ever turn up on streaming?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And if it does turn up on streaming, can we get it in the original French? Because as I say, they have a habit of showing things fucking dubbed and not giving the option.
Yeah.
And that's really grinds my gears because dubbing is awful and a crime.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that point of order aside, slightly. I mean, with Violent Night, I mean, do we mind? Do we mind that it's just saying, "Hey, I'm Die Hard. Hey, I'm Home Alone," or is it just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's having a laugh. It's not taking itself seriously. Why should we? Or does that sort of thing really? Is it lazy? Is my point.
Well, it's one of those things. The Home Alone bit is only kind of one sequence. If you know what I mean, it's not the sole thrust of the plot. Like there's Die Hard elements in there. I mean, I think it is kind of, let's say, it is derivative in that sort of sense. But neither Home Alone or Die Hard are terrifically original.
No.
You know what I mean? We've had people held hostage before while someone's robbing somewhere in, countless other movies.
Yeah.
But, it comes down with things like this that are using, shall we say, very common tropes to be generous.
Yeah.
It all comes down to it's how you tell them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is kind of, this sort of tells it well enough for an audience full of mince pies and a few fingers of Bailey's down.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's not really aiming for anything more than that to get a sozzled and overfed Christmas audience to have a bit of a giggle.
Yeah. Fair enough. You were going to say something there, Dal?
Yeah, I mean it's more. I mean any film that requires somebody to be trapped somewhere and needs to get out because a bunch of terrorists have broken in is automatically going to be compared to Die Hard anyway.
Yeah.
As Jim said, it's the way you tell them more than anything else. It's what you do with that. And I think there are some sufficiently painful moments in this film. I mean, I was like, "Ooh, ah," like that through most of it.
Yeah.
So me personally, I don't mind that it's doing what it's doing. This could have been a complete and utter Hallmark movie, which I'm glad it wasn't.
Yeah.
But then again, it didn't have a girl coming from the big city coming home, and finding that, spending all that time in the big city after leaving behind a boy all those years ago in the village that she came from, who now owns a tree farm that was run by Ma and Pa, who had to give it up because they couldn't afford it anymore. So he's kept it going. and then she comes back and finds him working there, and they have to save the tree farm because they find it's being bought out again by some rich bloke who happens to be the boyfriend of the woman from the big city. And then she stops loving him and gangs up with the guy that she used to know, and they save the day and then get married just before Christmas. That is the plot of every fucking Hallmark movie ever.
Yeah, admittedly, but we're not watching a Hallmark movie.
No, but we could have been.
That is
right. We could have been. This could have been a Hallmark movie, but thankfully, no. Thankfully, there's enough broken limbs in this that it's not.
Darren, what is your problem with cherry cola?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What is my problem with cherry? Were you not listening to me earlier on?
God.
Okay, let's go back to this again. Okay, so you've got the Goldilocks spectrum, as we named it.
Oh, for goodness sake!
No, that's all right. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to do that again.
Jim's gone offline. He's
He has,
experiencing connection issues. he's gone offline. You killed Jim. No, he's back.
I'm back again.
He's back. Okay, we might have lost some of that recording there. Oh, good lord.
Elton,
Okay.
just remember, just because it's Be Nice to Elton month doesn't mean to say there's certain stuff you can get away with. All right, I see what you're doing.
I know what's going to happen. I
You're
honestly,
just taking advantage of this now, aren't you?
we're going to come back, and the
Ooh,
first 10 seconds of the next episode is just going to be knuckles cracking. Right, here we go.
Yep.
No, it'll be fine. Won't it, Jim? It'll be fine. Tell him it'll be fine.
It'll be a new year, a fresh start. It's going to be a great year. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yes.
And I'm going to believe that until the booze wears off come January.
Yep.
Until this wine hangover goes away.
Yep. So you've had to come down from the horse tranquilizers you've been taking.
Yes.
There you go.
Exactly.
I'm
Go
going to
on.
answer the question. So,
yeah.
I don't mind it nicking stuff. No film is singular in its thoughts, and everyone's nicked from everything, haven't they? So you're never ever going to make a brand new movie that hasn't got a little touch of this or a little touch of that. And them wearing it on their sleeve, I don't mind. You can kind of get away with it more with Christmas movies because it is. Well, you can't be grumpy at a Christmas movie, especially one with violence in it, because it that's not the character of it.
No.
And it's kind of putting a new skin on it. So you are seeing your favorite movies, but from a different perspective, different skin, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I get it. I understand. I know how this business works.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind them doing that.
Okay. Because I mean, I for me, it's kind of. Don't get me wrong. I like the film. I think it was fun, but to me, whenever they immediately cite something like that, it kind of shows a lack of faith in their own material. I mean,
Yeah.
If you watch Speed is basically Die Hard on a bus. If you watch any number of films, you can go, it's Die Hard on a, that was kind of a running gag for a while, wasn't it? It's Die Hard on a boat, Under Siege. It's Die Hard on a plane, Air Force One.
Yeah.
There was loads of them, and it's like, but none of them felt the need to say, oh, by the way, this is just like Die Hard. And that, to me, everyone can look at it and go, oh, it's Die Hard. Or like with Avatar, they go, oh, it's Fern Gully or Dances with Wolves. You don't have to have them go, oh, this is a bit like Dances with Wolves. It's just, let the audience figure it out. So that's the only thing with those kind of references. It kind of makes me think, yeah, you don't really feel like the audience is going to get it, or that they might get it and use it as a stick to beat your film with.
Mm-hmm.
Heading us off at the pass, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Mm.
That's it. And that's the only thing. It's not that it's a bad film. It's just it shows a lack of faith in the material or the audience's ability to go with it, which, I don't know. To me, that doesn't. It seems bit sad, really, given the film is quite simple in what it's doing. So it's just like, well, everyone knows it's Die Hard. Just move on.
Yeah, it says it's taken off Die Hard before you get out the cinema to turn around to your friends and go, yeah, it was good, but it was Die Hard.
Yeah, and and ignoring the last 20 years since Die Hard or 40 years since Die Hard came. 40 fucking years, Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Since yeah, I know. 40 years since Die Hard came out, and now people are sort of like, nobody's gonna go, oh yeah, it's just like Die Hard. I mean, it's just like, of course it is. Everything's like fucking Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but yeah. So it was just, I don't like it when they try and head us off at the past. That's the only thing. Right. The other thing I was going to say is, how did you feel about him being Santa? And I know this sounds like a really weird question, but the reason I ask is because as soon as you make him a magical being, you have to spend a lot of time and effort to not make him magical, to put a stake in give him stake in the action. Did you think that was wise? I mean, if he had been a store Santa, or a Santa that had been brought in by the horrible family to do something, would that have been better or worse than him actually being Santa?
Well, they place restrictions on his abilities anyway.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
For one
saying.
thing.
His abilities work and don't work as the plot demands.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, it's just like, I was watching it, and again, I stress this is nitpicking. This is just me trying to drum up a bit of conversation about it. But it's like, I was watching it, and every time I was watching it, I was thinking, no, he's a magical being that's lived for thousands of years. You're telling me this is the first time he's been shot at?
Could very well be.
Right. So magical fat man beams down through chimney pots and into people's houses, steals their drinks, and no one, especially in America, has suddenly gone home intruder and shot at him in the last 1,000 years.
He's been to Woolwich.
Yeah, I was going to say he's dropped presents off in Thamesmead. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's one of those things where it's like, it shouldn't be a big deal and you shouldn't be pulling on that thread. But it's like, to me, it's like, if you're going to make him a magical being and say he lives for 1,000 years, then you immediately rob the film of, oh, is he going to make it out? Is he going to survive? I mean, we know he's going to survive, but the thing is, there's that, is he going to live? Is he going to die? That kind of goes out the window when you've got a magical elf.
But I think it adds to the comedy of having Santa, like the real Santa, instead of a store Santa. I get your point, because I hadn't even thought that could just be a store Santa. But I think it adds to the comedy when you have the real Santa having a sock full of pool balls and whack them over someone's head.
Yeah.
That makes it funnier than just a store Santa with a sock of pool balls.
Okay.
And that works.
Okay. No, that's cool. I mean, anyone else got a thought for that, Jim?
Well, as I said, this film played better for me second time. And one of my sort of things was kind of, I'm not sure how I feel about seeing Santa break people's heads with a giant hammer. This is a bit odd, you know what I mean? But knowing what I was getting the second time round, I didn't really care, because it is kind of, the thing is, he established he can be hurt, He might not be able to be necessarily killed because he's immortal,
Mm.
but immortality doesn't necessarily mean invulnerable.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's kind of there's an old Greek myth about someone who wishes for a husband to be immortal, but they forget to ask for eternal youth. So he just gets older and older and older.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's always these sort of catches with this sort of stuff.
Mm.
And I think he's kind of, first he's kind of, fucking hell, Santa's being decked and he's got a broken nose.
Yeah.
And I think that works better than, I think because it was just an ordinary guy, you'd be getting too close to Die Hard. But
Mm.
actually having it as the real Santa does put this, as Elton said, it puts a twist on it. It's funny.
Mm.
And but it does get these flashbacks where you get this kind of vague origin that he does go to something, you know, like some ancient Viking thing.
Yeah.
And why he doesn't explain too much about that. You just get enough to know kind of, yeah, you know, he's Santa, but once he used to kick ass and he can do it again. And
Yeah.
that makes it all right as well,
That's fair.
if you know what I mean.
Mm. Do you agree with that, Dal, or you got a thought on that?
No, I'd say I agree with that.
Right.
You know, yeah, it's the another thing as well about his vulnerability and stuff like this.
Right.
Obviously, from what we saw in it, some of that stuff is based on is like any god really. It's their abilities are based on the amount of belief,
Yeah.
right? The amount of faith that is generated by its populace, and obviously, over time, less people believing in Santa, less kids believing in Santa, having to grow up quickly. You know, I get the impression that he's a lot less powerful than he was, say, like about 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe he has been shot at, but now he's actually a lot more vulnerable because he doesn't have that much, you know, people believing in him that much.
Okay.
So, because we saw that with the bit when he's on death's door and he's laying on the ground, and it's just they start having fight. Oh, that's a bit of a cliched thing, but
Yeah.
it fits that,
Yeah.
you know. And they managed to bring him back because they do have a belief in him. So I'm guessing that's why his things don't work as well now. Like when he touches the nose and it doesn't quite work
Yeah.
when he wants it. And he's kind of, I mean, a lot of the time as he's doing it, you can see he's really kind of, yeah, the anxiety is setting in. I know there's the bit
Yeah.
where he finally gets John Leguizamo with it,
Yeah.
but he was more in control, more sort of focused.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, and I did enjoy that bit. I must admit, I thought that was
Taking him up
fucking funny.
Taking him up the chimney.
It took him up the chimney, yeah.
Yeah.
Right up the chimney.
Yeah.
And by the time he's finished, he's nothing more than the fucking, you know, a fucking joint. There we go.
Yep. That's
Stick
it.
that in your fucking oven.
Yeah.
Baste it, stick it on at 200 degrees, leave it for 50 minutes. That'll be
He's
done.
done. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I must admit that finale taking him out with the chimney was particularly brilliant because I
Yeah.
just thought with the chimney he was going to disappear or pull the chimney down on top of Leguizamo. I thought
No, pulling him through the gap.
pulling
is
him up the
just-
gap was
Yep.
genius.
Mm.
That's it. Yo, he's done. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not. That's left more than a bruise. That.
Yeah, you're going to need more than a band-aid to take that out, my friend.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
literally. You know, he just went to pieces. So,
Ah.
oh, thank you very much for the back of the cracker.
Hey, yeah, he folded.
So,
Mm,
he,
mm. Right.
yeah, but it's fine. He was harmless by the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What a waste. Because that. Anyway, because that's all there was. Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a hard one to review, isn't it? Really, when you think about it, because it's another one of those a bit like a comedy. It's like it does what it says on the tin, lays it out, and you're like, you either go with it or you don't. And there's not really much else you can comment / criticize it for, because it's not. I don't know. It's it's not really doing anything you're not expecting, is it?
I felt the bad guys wanted to be badder than they actually were, though.
Yeah.
So
Well, so the director, this was done by, it was a script produced by two guys, and then they hired a director, and that director, Tommy Wakola, made a film we previously reviewed, The Trip.
Oh,
right.
In fact, the really, really big, beefy guy who gets taken out by the bowling ball and the screws is one of the Nazis.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The Trip.
Yeah, and he also made the Dead Snow films, and they are like really fucking off the chain.
Yes.
And I get the impression, kind of, I say this wasn't his project. This was something he was brought in to do. And I think, kind of, if he'd left into his own devices, he may have gone a lot further.
Yeah.
And as he was, I expect he probably pushed the envelope from what was originally in the script, which probably was actually a lot tamer and probably a lot closer to Die Hard and Home Alone. But he brought his kind of sense of sort of sick humor and violence to it.
Right.
Which I think actually just elevates it a bit.
Yeah.
I think if they just got, say, I don't know, Jan de Bont or someone in to do it, I think it would have a far duller movie and something that was very derivative.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because the baddies wouldn't have been nearly as nasty. The violence wouldn't have been as bloody or creative.
Yeah.
I think he brought a lot to the table in this directing gig. But I do wonder, I mean, obviously, I did have a look online, but he's obviously not said anything because obviously, you know, he wants to work in Hollywood. He's not going to piss off the golden goose and piss in its gob.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, kind of like, if he left his own devices with this script, where he'd have gone with it.
Well, I don't know if he's working. I don't know if he's working on the sequel. I know he's just finished an animated Norwegian computer generated sex musical comedy
Oh, dear God.
called Spermageddon.
Well, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you are. Yeah.
Apparently, according to Wikipedia, the film consists of two plot lines, one focusing on a teenage couple having sex for the first time, and the other about Simon the Seaman and his friends on a quest for an egg.
Okay.
And the
Sounds like a
graphics.
load of old
and
wank.
well, it's not wank, mate. That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, and the graphics look kind of like Ratatouille, which is very bizarre.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Well, there you go. One for the future, I feel. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, that's just thrown me. That as yeah. I mean, the film is off the chain a little bit. I do agree though. The villains feel a little underbaked, especially John Leguizamo. Was it Scrooge? The guy who played Scrooge.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to try and pronounce his name every time because it's just going to kill me. His motivation was just like, I know everything. I'm good at what I do, and I'm going to steal your money.
Yep.
And I hate Christmas. And I feel like I just kept feeling like, yeah, someone was writing this for Alan Rickman, and they got instead this guy. They wanted someone a bit more off the chain with the and cancel Christmas, cut his heart out with a spoon kind of Alan
Right.
Rickman.
Gotcha.
And what they got was someone just going, yeah, I'm going to fuck you up sort of thing all the time. And it's just like, yeah, he doesn't feel as threatening as he's clearly supposed to.
Well, I think that was my problem with it. It felt like they could have done a lot more torture with the family, but really ended up getting like one of them nutcrackers and breaking someone's finger. I thought they'd tore his finger off, but no, it was just twisted. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all you're going to do, is it?
Yeah.
You want this money, don't you? Yeah? Okay, well, break some fingers. Break some real fingers.
Yeah.
I think a person in that position with all that the people that he's brought in as well,
Mm.
you'd think they would be a bit more violent. They want to be in, they want to be out and go. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of thumb twiddling and well, we could hurt you, but maybe we won't hurt you as much. You know, we'll see how it goes. Just a lot of, I don't know, paddling around really.
Well, it kind of backs up what Jim was saying about it might have been actually a much lighter film because the comedy action kind of goes between the truly ultra violent of sort of like, I don't know, like when someone gets shivved to death with a fucking candy cane, and
The Christmas star in the eye.
Yeah, the Christmas star in the eye that then
Oh, I
gets
love
plugged
that.
into a wall.
That was the darkest one of all. When his head gets set on fire.
Oh no! When the guy fell down the stairs and fell on his back onto the screws, upturned, and it's just like
no, it was the nail in the chin.
exactly.
Oh God,
Yeah.
That was the worst one for me because then you're holding on by your skull.
No, by your jaw, your jaw. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So then you get things like that, and it's like, oh my God, that's fucking rough. But then the last fight when everyone's running around on skidoos, and you've got the sort of like comedy falling over bales of hay.
Yeah.
Parents fighting one single guy, and it's just like they kind of just, and the music's kind of oi. It's like, hang on, this is from a Disney movie. This bit is from a Disney movie, completely different movie with a completely different tone.
Yeah, but you just had Santa kicking the arse of 10 Commandos.
Exactly. Yeah, you literally had Santa turning one's head into mush. With a 12-pound mallet.
They had obviously turned around and said, well, look, we want this scene. This must go in there somewhere. And I get that. You play your film around that, but it's a bit unbalanced in places.
Yeah, it is. But, I guess it is what it is, I guess. But it did mean that the villains didn't feel always entirely scary. Does anyone else agree with that? Or
yeah.
No, they're not. They could have been more threatening, definitely. In fact, they were built up to be like that, and then, as I say, it just soft soap it a bit.
Yeah, just a little.
All the skidoos and the army guys coming in, it leans into Die Hard 2 as well.
Yes. Yeah. When the military turn up in Die Hard 2 and you're like, oh, they've come to rescue us. Oh, no, they haven't.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff. I mean, you could pull apart the references till the cows come home. I mean, the fight on the ice was Skyfall. I mean, there was all sorts of stuff that it was ripping off left, right, and centre. I honestly thought Scrooge was going to go through the ice at one point when they kept focusing on his cleats on his shoes.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh yeah, this is what's happening. He's cutting his own hole in his ice, but clearly not. Dow, you got anything to add? You want to bring anything up?
No, apart from I did find, and I think I might have to go and seek some help with this because I did find myself laughing at the violence. I just like, I enjoyed it a little bit too much,
Yeah.
But it'd always be, I'd be sitting there going, ooh, but then I'd have a bit of a giggle just because of how ridiculously over the top the whole thing is,
Yeah.
So,
I guess, I don't think that's wrong though. I think the comedy violence was kind of part of it. I mean, I loved all that. I thought it was great. I mean, the throwing the geezer out the window and then having him land on the ice sculpture, or anything like that. It the star in the eye, the hitting him over the head with the fucking pool balls. I mean, all of that sort of stuff was quite cool. I
That
love
was the
all that.
same geezer as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, he absolutely got marmalised, that poor sod. Or the family turning on the psychopathic was
Yeah.
it Grinch? Yeah, and they're all just sitting there, just beating him to death with like tongs and coal
the fireplace implements.
yeah, coal shovels.
Is he dead? He is
Yeah.
now.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's the violence in it was obviously hilarious, but it was just funny to see him go from like, it's violence, we'll let violence go, and then 5 minutes later go, oh no, shy away, the kids might be watching. It's like, you what?
That's a problem with some movies. So, okay, I always cite Love Actually about this. That is a film. Sorry. That is a film that you could have on in front of kids and have no problems with it whatsoever, because they won't understand the references and they won't understand certain things, but they might grow up and then learn about these sort of problems. And then you got the soft porn in the middle of it. And you're like, okay, you've got a kids movie here, but with soft porn in it, and you can't put that on in front of kids.
No.
And I'm just wondering if this was a little bit maybe that's what happened. It was toned down a little bit to get more kids, maybe get like a 12A rating in it, or I don't know. What is it actually rated as? Is it 15 or something? Oh, it's R.
Yeah, R-rated, isn't
So it's going to be 18 then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they had it a bit softer and then it's like, no, we need a bit more blood. Because I think that leans into it as well. Santa with a bit of blood on him.
Yep.
It's good imagery, I think, with a big sledgehammer.
Yeah. It is. But that's the problem. It's not consistent enough, is it?
No.
It kind of 1 minute it loves doing all of that stuff, and then 5 minutes later it's a comedy parents falling over hay bales. So just a bit weird. Right. Anyone got anything else they want to add? Because I'm acutely aware that we are into the midnights. So if anybody has anything they'd like to add.
No,
Anyone?
I think I'm good. Although I did enjoy the guy with the grenade down his pants and Santa just turned around and say, I should be looking at this.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to watch this. Bang. Nice. Yeah, I did like that. Dal, anything?
No. I think I have said everything now.
Okay, fine, cool.
Unless
Jim?
you want to talk about Pepsi again. No?
Well, no.
Okay.
If it's all possible. Ever. Not again. No. Okay. Jim, any last thoughts?
I think I'd come back to the fact that I found on a second watch a lot of my issues with it sort of disappeared because I knew what I was sort of getting,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. And I'll be honest, I'll probably watch it again on some future Christmas.
Yeah.
But before the sequel comes out, you know what I mean? Because it is
Yeah.
kind of, there's enough in it that is
Yeah.
very, very entertaining. As I say, I don't know. I'd love to see a director's cut where,
Yeah, where the
even
gloves
more,
come
more
off.
comedy violence. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Hmm.
But no, I'd be intrigued to see if he's going to come back for the second one and what they do with that. Because then if he's on board from day one, you might have something more consistent.
Yes. Sounds good.
Mm.
Cool. Okay then. Well, we'll leave it there. Yes, that's Violent Night. You can find it on Netflix at the moment, and I think you can rent it as well through Amazon Prime. If you got any thoughts about it or anything that we've watched this year, by all means, throw us an email. Feedback at blackdogpodcast.com, or go onto the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, and leave a message underneath this episode. Right. well, I guess we'll wrap it up there. We're not going to announce a new movie for next week because we aren't here next week or the week after, possibly the week after that, but we just don't know because you know what? Let's be random. Whoa. Let's keep you on your toes. So we will be back in 2025. We will start with just a random episode just to get us all warmed up and get us started. And then it will be Jim's pick, I believe, to start the year off. So there you go. No pressure, Jim. You've got 3 weeks in which to find out.
Oh, no, I picked Christmas Horror Story.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, hold on. So
Darren.
It'll be Darren. Darren, you've got 3 weeks to pick a film.
3 weeks to pick a film. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there you go. So when we come back, we'll say hello, we'll do a little sum up of things, and just to chat generally, just to do out a short episode, just to welcome everyone back to 2025. And then, then we'll be into the next year and we'll have a new film to watch. But that's that. So we just need a phrase that pays, which I'm going to say is stars in their eyes. Now, why are you going to have to go put stars in their eyes? And you can do with that what you will. And then we will head on over to Pimp's Corner. And Jim, what's happening over at hypnagoria.com?
Quite a lot. It's my busy season.
Mhm.
This week has been released a commentary for Die Hard. There's another one coming at the weekend just before Christmas for an old David Niven Cary Grant movie, The Bishop's Wife, which
Right.
is a lovely old comedy.
Yep.
There's part 5 of my box of like 40th anniversary comedy. There's a commentary and episode on the BBC Ghost Story for Christmas, Stigmata.
Right.
There's Christmas ghost stories on from the Great Library of Dreams, and still running every day is my history of Christmas horror films Advent Calendar, which is a podcast every bloody day.
Oh, bloody
And
hell.
that clocks in at something like over 4 hours and 32,000 words.
Holy fucking shit,
Lord.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. There's plenty of content over at hypnagoria.com for you to see you through to next Christmas and perhaps even the Christmas after. Are you trying to get the next 2 Christmases off already, Jim?
Well, I think probably I am having the next 2 Christmases off.
Oh, fair enough. That's cool. Good plan.
We got enough in the banks just to recycle all next year.
Excellent. Excellent. And what about you, Elton? What's going on with Rogue 2?
I'm in the Pacific, talking about the Pacific island hopping. I don't know what episode I'll put out. It's an episode for the opposite of Jim, basically. You know, he's got all this stuff coming out, and I've only got one thing coming out. So,
Pardon you. I've only got one thing plopping out. Anyway, right. That's it. And you know where to find me and find Darren, which is right here on the Facebook group and on the Facebook group. And I'm on Blue Sky, which is cartoonbeardy.bsky.social. I'm on there most days, even if I'm just being sarcastic at people, or posting up pictures. That's it. So you can find me over there. Say hello. Hit me up on DMs if you got anything you want to share for the podcast. The podcast over there is dead. I'm not putting anything on that podcast feed, so don't bother following it. I am going to shut it down in the new year. I keep meaning to shut it down, but I can't get the time to do it. So that's it. Dow, have you got anything else you want to share?
No, I'm good.
Would you like a bottle of cherry Coke?
Fuck you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah. I've got your cherry Coke right here, mate. I'll tell you.
Okay. How about vanilla Pepsi? Anyway. Right. It's been a long. Yeah. It's been a long 2024. I'm surprised we haven't killed each other by now. Right. So
Still time.
There's still time. So, like I say, we will be back in 2025. when we will have a nice little warm up hello, covering what's happened over our Christmas session. And then, and then we will be back into our usual routine. All the contact channels, I've just said them. And it just leaves me to say thank you very much for listening. Thank you for listening all this year. Thank you for being engaged and getting involved with us on the Facebook group and on the Asking for Trouble thread, which will be still pinned to the top there. So if you want to ask us any questions over the Christmas period, just drop a question in there and we will answer it. Or we will go off on one about Cherry Coke. Who fucking knows? We're just random. And yes, I hope on behalf of the guys here, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas and a peaceful New Year. And let's all reconvene in 2025 and just talk more bollocks. So, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
Welcome.
And
No problem.
and thank you all. And we shall see you all in 2025. But until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Merry Christmas.
Blowing through my mind, and all the while I think of you. Oh, hi there. I was just testing out the sugar dusting for my mince pies. So, it's Christmas once again. And it's about this time of year that my poo boy, Pablo, likes to give me lots and lots of gifts. So, with that in mind, I thought I'd sing a little Christmas ditty to celebrate the whole generosity of Christmas thing. Take it, boys. On the first day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me a porn movie on DVD. On the second day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 2 ball gags and a porn movie on DVD. On the third day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags and a porn movie on DVD. On the fourth day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 4 Gimmers, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags and a porn movie on DVD. On the 5th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 5 cock rings, 4 Gimmers, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. On the 6th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 6 horse fillet and 5 cock rings, 4 Gimmers, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. On the 7th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 7 pubs a pub and 6 horse fillet and 5 cock rings, 4 Gimmers, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. On the 8th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 8 whips a lash and 7 pubs a pub and 6 horse fillet and 5 cock rings, 4 Gimmers, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. On the 9th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 9 dances thrusting, 8 whips a lashing, 7 pubs a pubbing, 6 horse fillet and 5 cock rings, 4 Gimmers, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. On the 10th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 10 shiny butt plugs, 9 dances thrusting, 8 whips a lashing, 7 pubs a pub and 6 horse fillet and 5 cock rings, 4 Gimmers, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. On the 11th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 11 readers' wives, 10 shiner butt plugs, 9 dancers thrusting, 8 whips a lashing, 7 pubs a puffing, 6 horse fillet and 5 cock rings, 4 game masks, 3 sexy mates, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. On the 12th day of Christmas, Pablo gave to me 12 keys of cocaine, 11 readers' wives, 10 shiner butt plugs, 9 dancers thrusting, 8 whips a lashing, 7 pubs a pubbing, 6 horse fillet and 5 cock rings, 4 give masks, 3 sexy maids, 2 ball gags, and a porn movie on DVD. Good night, everyone. I got all this shit last year.